So you want to move to Portugal? Are you sure about that? Really sure? How sure? Good, because if you chose Portugal for your retirement years, or like that's it, if you are coming to work here, that is not a good idea. But if you are choosing Portugal for your retirement, or you have some sort of online job and you are making your money elsewhere, I think that you made a great choice. But a lot of people don't consider all the facts before moving, and this is why it's best to check all the facts, to check all the stories, even the creepy ones. I hope you had a great Halloween. I am filming this pre-Halloween and I'm just starting celebrating, but by the time this will go up on Sunday, the Halloween, I guess, will be kind of over. As I said, check out the creepy stories, the legends, check everything when you are making such a big decision of moving to another country. Let's start with something fizzy, because as I'm saying, I'm celebrating, and when I'm celebrating, I'm drinking fizzy things who would kill me in the end. I'm joking, this has no alcohol, because I would not feel drunk, would I? I don't know. Maybe I would. You know, as a fun fact, when I started vlogging, this is not my main channel. I have also a channel in Romanian about accounting. And when I started filming a couple of years ago, I couldn't do it sober. I couldn't. And I drank. I drank like a glass like this of champagne or fizzy drink with alcohol, and then I could film. I started my main channel as a way of promoting my business, which has worked very well, but I wanted to do something for myself, and this channel is for myself, for my own pleasure, for the life I have chosen here in Portugal. And I don't have to drink anymore because I'm used to camera now. I'm not used to camera in public, and I'm not used to camera even when my partner is in the house. So now he's away, he's not here. Let's get started. Have you think about damp winters and cold houses in the winter? Because if you haven't thought about it, this is a reality here in Portugal. The majority of the houses don't have central heating. The old ones, the most they have, and only for tourists, because they rent the places, they have an air conditioning. Have you ever tried to heat your house with an air conditioning? A bad old air conditioning? Just don't try it in Portugal, because it's going to cost you a lot of money and you are not going to be warmer. Besides, in Portugal, you need some sort of dry heating because the air is very damp. So the first thing you have to buy is a dehumidifier to take out the water from the air and then heat the air, because otherwise it's all for nothing. In my opinion, the best way of heating your house is under for heating, combined with solar panels, because otherwise you will remain without money for food. So you need solar panels in order to lower your electricity bill. So if you are thinking of buying in Portugal, maybe you are going to look for a newer building. The building today are built with all the commodities and all the heating you require, or maybe you are buying something which is renovated and already has this included, or in your budget for the renovation of the house you are taking into consideration this. But why I am bringing this up? Because there are a lot of people who come to Portugal thinking that Portugal is a never-ending summer and they don't need to heat themselves. And people who are coming to Portugal thinking like that, they start resorting to a lot of quirks because they don't have a budget to renovate the house for installing the heating. They are heating their sheets and their pajamas with a blow dryer, or even with the iron. They iron them before going to bed. This is highly inconvenient and not much useful because you are going to be warm for so long. What I did at the beginning of this year when I went to Portugal is that I discovered, left by the previous owners, a heating mattress. It is old, but it did the job. So when I will be back in Portugal at the end of January next year, I will be buying 2 brand new mattresses. This will be a solution until you renovate your house. But be aware that this is a real problem. Don't come to Portugal thinking that this is a never-ending summer and you don't need heat in your house. Are you a dog lover? Well, after you come to Portugal, you will not be anymore. Why I'm saying that? Because dogs and animals here are very loved, and everyone has a dog and everyone has a cat, but everyone has a dog, and they don't usually pick up everything that dogs leaves on the street, if you know my meaning. And this is not even the greatest problem. The problem is that they leave the dogs in the houses for hours and on the balconies, and the dogs bark. And also because Portuguese people are so calm and they don't get distracted by noise, those dogs are also barking at night. All in all, the dogs are making a lot of noise. And if you are trying to go to a person and say just like, "Hey neighbor, you know, your dog is bothering me," you are not going to have much success, because they are going to say, in the best case scenario, they are going to say, yes, okay, I will deal with it, and they just don't do anything about it because they are used to living like this in noise and dog barks. Did anybody say customer service? Where? The customer service is practically non-existent. Portuguese people don't have the concept. They don't know what customer service means. It doesn't matter if you pay the cheapest subscription or if you are a VIP buyer. It doesn't matter how much you pay for that service. They are never going to help you with anything. It's like they have a mafia of customer service. Nobody offers customer service, so they don't lose any subscribers. Why would they lose subscribers if nobody offers that on the market? So you don't have any reason to go to the competition, because they either don't offer customer service. Nobody offers customer service, nobody's losing clients. Customer service, poof, doesn't exist in Portugal. So you are coming to Portugal, huh? Are you a smoker? Good, because you are going to be very happy in Portugal if you are smoking. You know, people in Portugal do smoke a lot, and they do smoke everywhere. They do smoke even indoors. First time I came to Portugal was in Lisbon, and then I went to a mall and we were able to smoke inside the mall, and not only that, inside the mall, we were allowed to smoke in the area they are serving food. You know, food and smoking, not a very good idea. But in Portugal, it is permitted, and this is, oh my God, even for us. Nevertheless, in Portugal, they are smoking also outside, at the terraces, they are smoking everywhere. And if you are a person who is bothered by the idea of smoking, by the smoke itself, like I am, I don't have anything with people who smoke. I don't smoke, my partner does, so I don't have anything with smoking, but it really genuinely bothers me when I ingest that smoke. It makes my throat sore. So this is a reason why my partner doesn't smoke in-house. He's smoking only on the balcony. But he's so happy in Portugal that everybody smokes. He's non-persona non grata. He's not crucified for being a smoker. He feels rather free to do his thing, and this is a positive thing of this aspect. I mean, you should be allowed to live your life however you want, of course, until you are bothering another person. But in Portugal, if you are a smoker, you will find your place very easy. And another reason why everybody smokes in Portugal is because the cigarettes are fairly cheap. They are like €5 a piece, a packet. This is cheap because I know in Romania we pay €4.5, and in London, last time I checked, it was like £7, which is double. If you don't like smoke, you are going to have a hard time. I know, I feel you. I feel the same. Have you thought about how you are going to deal with bureaucracy? I know you hear about the fact that Portugal is a bureaucratic country, but then you look at this or this and you think, what the hell? I'm going to deal with bureaucracy for this. At least this is what I thought of. I'm coming from a very bureaucratic country and a very corrupt one. We will talk about this in a minute, but a very bureaucratic one. And I know how to deal with bureaucracy. And I didn't come in Portugal with much expectation. You expect in a poor country to have bureaucracy, but if you are coming from a wealthy country, bureaucracy is going to be hell for you because you don't have that mindset necessary to deal with this. Besides, you are not used to it, so you are left wondering, what the hell is this? Why that person in front of me doesn't help me? And it's about the fact that it's not just for the long waiting period for something to happen. It's just the corruption in bureaucracy. You don't have a strict procedure to follow, because if you have 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps, you will do that and you will know you are fine. But no. In every part you are going in Portugal, things are made completely different. Why? Because this let the door open for corruption. Because how in the world you will have corruption if everything will be put in place and everybody will follow the rules? No, so you have to have bureaucracy in order to have corruption. They go hand in hand. You don't have a strict procedure done on purpose so other people can benefit from the system. But I have to praise Portugal. We came, as I said, expecting nothing, but we found out that Portugal is more digitalized than I thought. Once you settle in and you take your NIF and your bank account, things that you cannot do online, after you have that, everything becomes easier because you can make online accounts. So we made all sorts of online accounts. We even have online accounts at the post, at CTT, and this helps us to know every time when a letter is delivered to us, we see in our online account. And also we have some help with delivering of the packages, because if we have a problem, we can write an email through that account. We don't have to go every time physically at the post office. Of course, the time of response is very, very high. And of course, it's not working like clockwork, but it's helpful to have all this information on your computer. So my advice to you is to make as much online accounts as you can possibly do, because it will come a time when this will be handy. So let's talk corruption. If you are coming from a wealthy country, you are used to follow rules and you expect everybody else to do the same. Well, you are going to have a bit of a shock in Portugal, because Portugal, like most poor countries, is a corrupt country. But I come from a poor country myself and I'm used to corruption, and I learned to work the system. Working the system doesn't mean giving bribes, because this is illegal. Means understanding how the system works and make it work in your favor. So the system is against me. What can I do then? Learn the rules and work the rules. It would seem like working the system means following these stupid and unlawful rules, but really you have to ask yourself, what do you want? To set order in the world or in Portugal, or to resolve your problem? So the best way to tackle a problem in a corrupt system is to understand what they want from you and just do it. Don't ask yourself existential questions like, this is not fair, why is this happening to me, the world shouldn't function like that, is this ethical? Just resolve the problem and move on with your life. Because the corruption, darlings, is here to stay. If you are moving into a corrupt place, don't expect that to change in your lifetime. I mean, I know we are voting and we are hoping and we are electing the best people there are. But the corruption, it's not going to disappear in your lifetime, especially if you are having 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, 70 years. Just resolve the problems in any way you can and move on with your life. Speaking of moving on, you know what moves on, not? The Portuguese people move so slow. Slower, much slower. And this is something I will never get used to it. Why? Because I'm an entrepreneur. For me, productivity is the most important thing in the world when it comes to solving problems and when it comes to my business. And this mindset, you have it in all aspects of your life. You just cannot turn a switch and today you are entrepreneur and when you walk on the streets, you are not. You are all the time. If you are from US, you understand. It's that can-do attitude, but in Portugal they have something else, you know. In Portugal they don't have a can-do attitude. They have a cannot-do attitude. Whatever I go anywhere and ask if a thing can be done, the first thing they said, this is not possible, we are not doing things like that. They really embraced the opposite of the can-do culture. They are the can't-do culture. If I heard something in Portugal more often than obrigada and bom dia is we cannot do that. So learn to live with it. Don't expect any change because this is not going anywhere either. What you need in Portugal is a lot of patience and understanding the culture. And you have to approach this from a Zen place and not at all with hate or with negativity or even with aggression. If I made some mistakes in my approach with other people, especially Portuguese people, it was that I thought that they don't want to help me because the solution was right in front of me, you know? I mean, I told them what to do and they didn't want to do it. Why? Because they don't want to change the way they do things at all. They don't want advice. They don't want to know that something can be done better. They just want to do the things like they are used to do things. They don't care about your solution to the point of they don't care about you. So if you want something from them, it's going to be done their way or the highway. And this advice comes from a place of experience because if you look at my videos of buying a house, we were very stressed, we were very worried, we were very aggressive with everybody, and I don't know, things just happened when they happened. I don't know if we managed to move the bullet, move the dots along a little sooner. At least we tried, but I don't know if we really made a difference or things would have happened the same without our input or maybe even better. I don't know, I really don't. And remember, the slow pace of life was the main reason, one of the main reasons you moved here in Portugal or you are thinking of moving here in Portugal. It was one of my main reasons for me because one of my main reasons I want to change my life was the continuous stress I was dealing with in my country. So if you are putting all this stress on the Portuguese people, you are going to destroy the very thing you are coming from here in Portugal. So you cannot be productive and in the same time not stressed because this goes hand in hand. It's a fact of life. So maybe learn about the Zen attitude of Portuguese slowly because it's not going to be a fast adjustment to that. But if something is not resolved today, take a stroll, take a coffee, take a vino, a pastéis de nata and just wait, and tomorrow it's another day. This is the right approach. Tomorrow it's another day and the things are going to be resolved. Someday, not today. Another fact of Portugal is that things are expensive. All in all, Portugal is not that cheap. I have a video about that. I received so much hate on that video. Go look it up. I will link it here or I will put it in the description below. It's about exactly this, that Portugal is not cheap. I'm not going to discuss it further. But if you think you are coming to Portugal because it's very cheap, it would be a good idea to watch that video also. So go watch that video. So what did you think about my video? Are you still moving to Portugal? Really? I'm glad, because if I didn't change your mind, it means that you did your homework. You knew about all this, or you just simply don't care. And good for you, because you shouldn't let other people influence your decisions, or rather say, you should take every information with a grain of salt. Don't let anybody tramp all over your dreams. If you are thinking that Portugal is the ideal country for you, please do not get discouraged. It's going to be a little hard at the beginning, but this doesn't mean you have to renounce of your dreams. On the other hand, if you've seen all this information and you are starting to feel that Portugal is not for you, you should definitely come to Portugal and check that for yourself. And if you are still not feeling Portugal is the right country for you, you should go and find yourself the best possible location for you. Don't let other people bullying you into move to Portugal just because it's a la mode. I don't know, just because everybody says Portugal is perfect, it doesn't have to be for you. The main thing is to take the right decision for you, and this is very personal. No matter what other people say, this decision is very personal and it has to be tailored on you. So how are you doing, beautiful people? Is it Halloween there yet? By the time you are going to see this video, the Halloween will have come and passed. But for me, the Halloween is just beginning, and I want to take this opportunity to wish you a lot of health, physical health, but also mental health. Because the mental health, if you don't have it, it can affect dearly your physical body. So you have to take care of yourself also up here. And this means that you have to put yourself as a priority. Try to find something that gives you joy, because you know what? The joy is guaranteed just for today. We don't know what tomorrow will happen. So I took joy in this non-alcoholic fizzy drink, and very chemical also. I took joy in lighting that candle, and I'm going to enjoy this weekend of Halloween, because Halloween is like starting of Christmas season. Let's enjoy this Christmas season in spite of everything that happens in the world. Please don't forget to subscribe and comment. Even if it's a hate comment, you are welcome to comment, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.